gone through moments in your life that made you realize the impact they have had on you? I have had 3 moments in my life that stood out to me as the most memorable. The first event was the time I got my dog. Second was the time I got my driver's license. And third was the time I went on a road trip with my family throughout the western United States. To start, I'll tell you about the time I got my dog. The time I got my dog was an important event for me. I picked him out of a litter of boxer puppies in 2010. I decided to name him Ernie. When he grew up, I trained him for 4-H. Together, we competed in competitions. We even made it to state competitions. Eventually, the hard work paid off, and I got reserve champion with him at the state level of obedience. Now that I've told you about the time I got my dog, I'll tell you about how I got my driver's license. The time I got my driver's license was an exciting experience for me. I took my test when I turned 16. I was nervous throughout the test, which led to some mistakes. At one point, I accidentally went through a yellow light at an intersection. On top of that, I butchered my parallel parking. The instructor then asked me to practice an uphill park. After I got done parking, I used the emergency brake like I was taught. When I started to drive again, I was wondering as to why we were going so slow. Then I realized the emergency brake was still on. I then fixed it in time so that the instructor either didn't notice or brushed it off. Although I made some mistakes, I'm still glad that I passed my test. Now that I've told you about the time I got my driver's license, this leads me to my final point, which is the time I went on a road trip with my family across the western United States. We went through many states, including Colorado, Arizona, Utah, Oregon, and California. We went through many national parks that we had never seen before, and in these, we went swimming, hiking through mountains, boating, and toured museums. These events have been some of the most important for me. So far, there have been 3 moments that stood out to me as the most memorable. The first event was when I got my dog. Second, when I got my driver's license. And third, when I went on a road trip with my family. All 3 of these events have helped to shape who I am and my outlook towards new events. I look forward to events that the future has to offer.